too. You're probably trying to figure out, well, where has he been for the last few days? Yeah, okay, let's put the earbuds in so I know what I'm listening like. What am I sounding like? Yeah, so we've been doing a few things. Actually, we're doing a lot of stuff. So let's just flick right. Hold on a second. Have I got all the right things ready to go? Yes, I think I have got everything ready to go. Yeah, so I've been quite busy for the last few days, and it's all to do with trying to keep up with what's changing in the background. Oh my God, seriously. Okay, so let's just quickly flick across. The first thing, right, where did I leave my project? I think last time I looked at my project here, I was working on the MCP access, which meant that's going to allow ChatGPT to access my knowledge vault that I've built, the knowledge vault that we've built. So how does that look at the moment? The knowledge vault now has been gone through a number of different corrections, well, basically building extra linkages so that it can understand or find information better. We've also built what they call the chunkings and the embeddings and everything else. So we've got a lot more cross-linking. In the tests that I've run, although I'm not running any tests today, because that's a completely separate video, what I am seeing is the fact that the knowledge is starting to concentrate into sort of little knowledge groups. I guess you could say this is the knowledge map of somebody who's ADHD. I think somebody who's more focused might have more, concentric maps. I got the things that are plugged into everything. They really are. Anyway, getting back to the whole summary. So we were working on building what they call an MCP so that we could actually access it from this chat terminal. But that's not really the hardest problem. It's the fact that every time you turn around, they've done something new to this ChatGPT engine. Now, there's a few faults, and I'm going to pick a few faults with this engine at the end of this video. But really what I wanted to say, well, is it really getting any better? Like, all these new soul engines coming out, and I'm going, yeah, okay, maybe we can do better work. But only 2 days ago, I was just doing a little bit of artwork. And what happened? First of all, let's just get a recap first, right? Megan, where are we with this?
We restored and documented the Synology hosting environment, confirmed the existing Linktree and WordPress sites, and created a new Garage Alchemy static site as a proper Synology container manager project using HTTPD 2.4 port 8085 and the /website/garage folder. We corrected the earlier mistake of creating it as a standalone container, so it now matches the Linktree project structure. We then moved to Cloudflare, turned off under attack mode for diagnosis, and began investigating bot traffic, scraping, cache drops, and request spikes. The next step is using ChatGPT Works browser to inspect Cloudflare directly and recommend targeted protections without permanent under attack mode.
Anyway, we did take it through that process, and that obviously led me to how to interact with the ChatGPT engine I think I actually have to go into Codex because you actually had to do something. I gave it a web session, which then allowed it to then open a browser on my Cloudflare. I don't know if that's still even open there, the browser there. Well, the browser was there, but every time you get an update, I don't know, they've got to do some more work on the browser stuff. Like, I've been there, I should go click on that. Where's my history, man? Is there a history? There's no history in your browser tab. I have to type in it each time. Yeah, a little bit of friction there, but I'm sure that they're still working on it. In the last 7 days, this is now the 6th update I've had with the engine. Every time I do open this thing, it just reminds me of gaming, seriously, where beta testers as people try to solve the problems. Ultimately, so we went through the Cloudflare thing and we sort of solved the earlier bot traffic. We're now running it through a diagnostics to see if we actually improve the traffic flow. Basically, like everybody's out there having to fight the same thing. That's where I see more and more sites popping up with a little challenge response because the scrapers are just getting ridiculous out there. And pretty much half of them are basically engines, basically scraping more and more data for building, these matrices, if you know what I mean. That's not my problem. I just want to be able to work with the system. But yeah, it's getting more and more confusing. As I said today when I woke up, okay, they've managed to get Codex into one area so I can see all my projects. This is where I've been, like my knowledge vault. This is where we started. And then, of course, there's the photo library. We talked about that briefly. I connected it to my music folder. I connected it to my desktop. I connected it to my downloads. I connected it to my whole idea. I connected it to my NAS. I connected it to the system Synology management. And then, of course, we started, we built a few of these things. That's the Garage Alchemy. That one there is obviously, because I was back in there this morning, I managed to repopulate the URL so it remembers that one. There was also the link tree. We did the link tree updates so that the two of them are in sync again. I haven't actually opened that one there, but as you saw, it was up in here. So if I just put that, copy that into there, we should be able to bring that back up into here. And solve that problem. There we go. So that'll remember that for when I go back in there next time. But that's not what the project is. What I wanted to talk about today was really some of the old frictions that we're still experiencing. Right, and this one happened to do with, I do little bits of artwork. I take my photos from my photo album, like this is a trip to Sukhothai. In this one here, I just want a little bit of improvement of the photo when it does some, lifts the photo. I'm sort of colorblind. I'm what they call mid-dutone, which just means my green gums in my eyes don't work like everybody else. So I'm the worst person to do photography at all. But I love taking photos and I love sort of looking at, things and sort of capturing the moment. Maybe I should just switch to black and white. I like photography. Getting off subjects, another one me under it. So how can that image even create some sort of violation, right? It's okay. So the image has got Groot on it. That's a perfectly legal situation. I'm allowed to wear a shirt with Groot on it. I'm allowed to obviously make a video and I'm allowed to enhance it. I'm allowed to post it anywhere. I have got no need to file any sort of copyright infringement notices anywhere. It's a legal statement. It's my fucking shirt, man. Why would you have a problem with that? Anyway, a little bit of steering, right? You mean I can't retouch the So I just sort of said, I can't retouch and it's got a movie character on it? Get serious. Anyway, so the next one was this one here. Now, of course, I knew instantly we're going to have a problem with this one. And hopefully even YouTube won't have a problem with this one here. But this is the sort of shit we have to deal with now. This is an image or a statue of a canary. It's a Buddhist statue. It's in the open. Look, there's a public toilet, sign just there. The public walk past this every day. This is Thai art. This is Thai culture. Yet this system had a problem with it. There's got to be some serious changes in their damn moderation system because this is getting beyond a freaking joke. Seriously. I could take, I think I said that. I said, look, I could take this image to 10 other image processors and get it through. You need to lift your game. Since when did it illegal to retouch a photo of a Buddha statue? It aligned itself finally and retouched it. But, it's the friction. The friction shouldn't happen. Then I did this image here. Okay. Didn't have a problem with the male image. Mind you, the male image was, also showing his torso. But, of course, doesn't show breast, does it? So, well, that's okay. I'm sure if he had a penis hanging out, it would just completely ignore it, if you know what I mean. And then, of course, we did the last image there, but I just went and had to sort of say, what is this problem with the moderation needs to get up to date? I don't know who they're trying to placate here. We need a better rating system, like the one YouTube has, for instance. Build some reputation, a reputation meter, the fact that we are behaving good. That would be a start, right? So when we get these things, weigh these sort of ideas up against what I have done in the past. Am I doing pornography? If I am, then close my account. But if I'm not, just get real. That's my complaint. Now, I was sort of saying I was going to pivot to somewhere else as well to do with the whole ChatGPT. Yes, I'm still, I said, today, I've got in the day. Okay, how much credit have I got? Here we go. So usage, and they're full. My credit is full again. Now, yeah, I think it was down to 77 or 76% last night. And I said that was, 3 days of the code and rewriting. There was some other things that we're doing as well. Let me see if I can get that up on screen. We do have this little project that I ran. So this is part of my memory library ingest. Now, this is still a manual process. So I have I process my inbox. I then refiled the tray at failed ingest. Still haven't worked out why a couple of these things, probably 1 out of every 100 ingest messages goes through a failure process, and we sort of have to requery it. Then, of course, we sort of update the link graphs and everything else to make the knowledge a bit more retrievable. And, of course, we've got some maintenance routines. This has all been basically done through PowerShell, by the way. PowerShell engine run behind the scenes. But as I said, if I execute run the ingest, so how much CPU have I got at the moment? CPU. So that's the first 20 seconds in my case. This actually takes to load the actual LLM underneath the engine. And as you can see, the CPU or the GPU process will start to go up quite dramatically up to about 99% as soon as the engine's there. That's just the process that we're going through for, there we go, GPU 100%. I don't know if you can really see that up in all the, unfortunately, I can't put it anywhere else. I've got left or right. It's what I see. Maybe I need to do a little graph down the bottom somewhere so you can, people can see what sort of how hard I'm hammering this poor little 7800 XT Bren GPU on my system while I'm recording, while I'm making a video. Nobody really ever talks about that shit, man. Seriously. Anyway, that's probably enough of my little chatting. It's going to run away. Hopefully we'll get the first process done. I have actually built another little process as well, which checks my download folder and then files all the junk that's in the download folder. So I've been quite busy for the last 3 days. The biggest role I'm having is just keeping track of where everything is and how far the interface changes before all the other changes take place. As I said, it's a background task. You don't normally worry about it. I can then close that window and go on with something else I'm doing. What else am I doing here? But as I said, I wouldn't get it to do anything major. So again, while I'm gaming, I don't usually run other tasks in the background. Anyway, that's enough of me sort of having a bit of a chat about the whole system and where we are. It's all coming together. I will try to sort of get more of a formality of the episodes going forward for the next few days. And I'm going to try to do that, maybe 3 or 4 episodes a week, back to back or day after day. That seems like a format that will work. And we'll see where we go. What we're doing, we're trying to get engagement, trying to get sort of people's ideas. I'm definitely looking for feedback, comments, and anything else that people sort of might have come across and look at, even confirm that they're seeing this the same thing with the fact that they keep on filling our tokens without us paying for anything extra. Don't forget, I'm still on a $20 a month plan and I can't seem to empty it out. It's a bit bizarre. Anyway, I need a coffee and you guys know what to do. This is, there is a link down below. I feel like a broken record. We've got our Patreon tribe, that's where it all happens. That's where our crew meet and stuff gets distributed from there. And look, we'd love to have you hang out and sort of join us. So maybe we'll see you there. Anyway, until the next episode, peace out and stay cool.